What is going on, my Cardano friends? It's your friend Jack here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about all the Cardano news that has happened recently and what's going on in Cardano land. But before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know I do have a stake pool. If you want to earn passive aid on your ADA and support me and earn passive aid on your ADA, you can stake with Jack. Now, the first thing I want to mention for today's episode is that smart contracts are coming, and you already know this, I already know this, but I don't think anyone's quite grasped the effect this is going to have on the ecosystem and how hard it's going to be to keep track of everything going forward. Now, a lot of people use YouTube and Twitter to keep updated on Cardano things, but soon enough, it's going to be nearly impossible to actually keep up with everything going on in Cardano land. And this channel is going to help you get that sorted, but honestly, it's going to be at the point where you can't cover everything and you kind of just have to pick what you're interested in because it's going to get wild and it's going to get crazy. Now, the main news and the main headlines obviously are going to be covered on this channel about Cardano, but I just want to let you guys know there's also so many projects I don't cover on this channel because it's getting to a point where if I were to cover every project, we would be at 30 videos a day probably. It would be insane, right? Now, also want to mention that there's been a status update, and they do these updates frequently on the roadmap cardano.org. I'll leave this down in the description if you want to cover everything that they've worked on this week. But the ERC20 Token Converter, okay, a pretty big part of Cardano for people from Ethereum, devs over there to convert to Cardano. Well, guess what? This week, the team released the first internal ERC20 Converter testnet. They're now setting up interactions between all the components in the environment. The team is also in the process of a domain setup and are conducting final regression tests. For more updates about the converter release, make sure to watch the Cardano 360 August edition, which is actually next week on Thursday. Probably going to be doing a live stream on that. But yeah, it's pretty exciting seeing them actually talk about the ERC20 converter. It feels like it's been a while since they talked about it, and it's going to be a huge part of users coming from Ethereum to Cardano and devs moving ships. Another thing to keep in mind heading towards smart contracts is that the professional traders aren't always right, okay? And by professional traders, I'm taking a dig at Cointelegraph when over the past few months, they have been putting out numerous articles of how, ADA is not going to do well, be careful here. And I would say it's just them being careful, but it is consistently flooding against Cardano. Now, their tweets, their articles, a lot of them are made to get interaction, get clicks, which is understandable from a news outlet. But you also have to keep in mind news outlets are in it for themselves, and you need to watch out for yourself. So make your own convictions, make up your own mind, and don't just go off of the article title. Actually read the article and see what it's all about. But the article title back here on the 11th of August, right before the price peak, was, there's going to be a future dip, and professional traders, they don't think it's an optimistic outlook for Cardano, or they're bearish. Here's the price chart though. We're going from $1.60 after their article to $2.55, a new all-time high. So take a look at that, remember that, and maybe don't use Cointelegraph for your conviction based on their article titles. That's just my opinion. I'm just a guy in my mom's basement, but thought I'd point that out and just let you know that Cointelegraph and their professional traders aren't always right. Now, on another note in the crypto lands, I want to keep in mind for everybody watching this video that people investing in anything but Bitcoin and Ethereum are front runners. They are here early in the space. And even people in Bitcoin and Ethereum, they are still early to cryptocurrencies, but people who are investing in things outside of the big two are really, really, front running. They are doing things that most people won't. The average person who buys cryptocurrency has Bitcoin, has Ethereum, maybe they have some Dogecoin for the meme, but Cardano is still in the position right now where, I don't consider it maybe an altcoin. I consider it a primary just because my conviction is so strong that I think it's going to pass Ethereum. But the reason I think that is not only because of everything Cardano's doing, but just because there's so many people coming into the community that are strongly convicted of the same thing as me. And a lot of people might say, oh, don't follow the crowd, you got to be different. But to be honest, the crowd around Cardano is a bunch of front runners. It's a bunch of people who are here early and pushing forward. That's who the people around Cardano are. They're not just every single person, everyday Joe. As much as it may seem like there's so many people on the same boat, there's so many people who aren't on any boat. And Cardano is a boat of the future in my eyes, and that's why I cover it every single day on this channel. And I just wanted to reaffirm that. I just wanted to tell you guys that anyone investing in Cardano, anyone investing in XRP, Dogecoin, Polkadot, Solana, all those people are front running the crypto industry. They're putting something ahead of themselves. That's the way I see it. Maybe they're just in it to make a lot of money. Either way though, they're participating, and I'm cool with that. You gotta take profits at points, and everyone can do their own things with their own cryptocurrencies. But really appreciate everyone watching these videos. Really appreciate anyone in the crypto space, and I hope you guys have a great freaking day. I'll see you guys in the next video. It's been your friend Jack. Peace out.